That's the reason why Jesus Christ can look at his disciples and say, blessed are you who are poor. Now, some of them weren't poor. See, verse 19 and 20 says he looked at his disciples and said, blessed are you poor. But now Matthew, for example, was a tax collector. We know he wasn't poor. Why can he look at all of his disciples like this? And the answer is because, basically, the only way for you to actually receive this power is to be poor in spirit. Let me give you two ways of looking at God. One way of looking at God is like this. I have nothing of value. God owes me nothing. He would be just to cut me off. But I rely completely on what Jesus Christ has done for me and ask that he accept me. The other approach goes like this. I've lived a fairly good life. I've lived a pretty decent life. God owes me something. He owes me a few things. He owes me some comfort. He shouldn't let bad things happen to me. Now, the first one is being poor in spirit. The second one is being middle class in spirit. Middle class in spirit simply is what? It's the right side up kingdom. I've worked. I've done my best. I've done my duty. God owes me at least a little bit. He shouldn't let bad things happen to me. If that's your heart, you see Jesus as an example maybe, but you'll never see him as someone who actually substituted himself for you. You won't have the power that comes from knowing that he reversed his fortunes with you. Because he reversed his fortunes with you, you can reverse your fortunes with everybody. In other words, a Christian who knows where your standing in heaven is, you live recklessly. You don't get rid of your money, and you don't keep all of your money. You live recklessly with your money. What do we mean by that? Okay, I did that on purpose. What I mean is, if you really are living in this upside-down kingdom, it means that you are going to be so generous that you put yourself somewhat at financial risk. It means you're going to be so generous with your money, but it means you're going to be so generous with your heart that sometimes people will exploit you emotionally. You're going to be so involved in trying to help people work out their differences that sometimes people will get mad at you. Christians don't care because they say, well, my money, it's nice to have it. My privacy, it's nice to have it. My comfort, it's nice to have it. But I'm going to live like Jesus because of who I am before him. I'm not controlled by these things. So I'm able to move out and, in a sense, live in a way that the world will consider reckless. Because I'm poor in spirit, not middle class in spirit.